I'm a fireball.
Ooh.
What happened to my ship? My name is Captain Olimar. While traveling through space, my ship was struck by a meteor. Yep. I must have blacked out, and I awoke on the surface of a weird planet. With so many parts lost, the skeletal hull of my beloved dolphin is a painful sight. The engine is gone. I am stranded. To make matters worse, my atmospheric centers indicate that this planet's environment contains high levels of poisonous oxygen. My life support systems can function for only 30 days. If I can't repair the dolphin by then, no. I better not think about it. I must find the missing ship parts. I did not put any dynamics into that. Hey Embers, welcome back to the corner. My name is Gygus.
And I'm Heron. Welcome to our new Let's Play of Pikmin.
Yep.
So, okay, let's clear off a couple of things of how this is going to work right from the get-go. First of all, right now, Gygus is currently controlling Olimar. And you might be wondering, why are we both commentating over a single-player game?
Well, that's very interesting. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be altering days.
Exactly. So this day, we'll go more into how the actual timing of each day works in the next level, because that's when the actual timer starts. For this first tutorial area, we have a lot of things to go with here, but we're just going to explain some of the core mechanics that we're going to be doing. Yeah, Olimar there was just saying, hey, look, an onion. That's what this thing is. Pick the Pikmin.
Pick the Pikmin.
So, I mean, there's the premise right there for the game. The whole goal is we have a 30-day time limit that indicates how long until essentially Olimar has to try to break the surface of the atmosphere. Break the surface of the atmosphere. Try that again. Break the atmosphere with his dolphin. And if he succeeds, he can go back home to his planet Hakotate. If not, then he dies.
Yep. There is actually two endings, the good ending and the bad ending, so...
There are three.
There are three endings?
There are three endings. There's the bad ending, the basic ending, and the 100% ending.
And which one are we going for?
Well, obviously we're going to go for 100%, but we will be showcasing all of the endings.
Cool.
So, yeah, there's a lot of, like, intricacies that go into each of these things.
You gotta remember how to play normal Pikmin.
Yeah, you're used to Pikmin 4.
Used to Pikmin 4 where everything's easy.
It's a fair statement.
You can lock onto things.
Yep. You can't even charge in this game.
Nope. So, me and Heron, kind of have different things. Heron is very knowledgeable about Pikmin 1 and 2.
I've been playing Pikmin 1 since I was like 5.
Yeah. Well, I've really just started playing since Pikmin 3 and 4.
Exactly. But you've tested the waters a little bit of Pikmin 1.
Yes, I haven't beaten it though.
Now, you've made it all the way to the distant spring, correct?
Yes.
Which is the 4th area of this game. And right now we are in area number 1, and we will be returning eventually, but for this tutorial day here, yeah, we're just kind of vibing around. So it's kind of interesting because for day 1, it's kind of the tutorial day. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get everything and set up for day 2, which is when actually everything just starts. Exactly. Like, we're going to be encountering predators for the first time, which are the actual enemies of Pikmin. We're going to be encountering more ship parts, and we're going to be incorporating, and we're going to be seeing some different obstacles, specifically 2 different types of walls, and we're going to be introduced to a couple of different things as well. But for the tutorial here, this first day, as far as optimizing it goes, you can get a grand total of 25 red Pikmin. And we're going to need all of those because, well, technically you actually complete this day. You can complete this day with only 20 Pikmin, but every little extra Pikmin does help in the long run.
Yep. Alright, come here, Pikmin.
Now you might be wondering, if you've never seen Pikmin before, you might be wondering why we're gathering these, like, number these number, like, pucks.
Yep.
Those are, I forget exactly what they're called, but, the flowers themselves are called pellet posies, which I guess would just make these pellets. It's kind of a little bit of a matching game. Eventually we're going to get to a point where we can, we'll have different colors of pellets, and if we match the color of the pellet with the onion that it's correspondent to, we get an extra Pikmin. But if, say for example, it was a yellow or a blue pellet, we would just get the number indicated on the actual pellet. So,
Yep. And if you see this box, it has a number 10. We actually need 10 Pikmin to be able to have the strength to push it.
exactly. So you might be seeing these numbers pop up every now and then when Pikmin are carrying things. Those numbers are kind of, well, the bottom is what you need to hit at bare minimum to be able to lift, move, and or push the object. Whereas I believe it's the top number that is the amount of Pikmin you actually have on that object.
Yep.
As far as numbers are concerned, let's take a look at the actual HUD of the game here that we're looking at. In the bottom left corner, you can see Captain Olimar, and you can see his health meter. Yes, Olimar can in fact get damaged in this game. Not want to get that guy yet. You got more Pikmin you gotta get.
Well, yeah. But I can also just have people... well, I guess... Yeah, you're right. I don't have 20. Alright. Sorry, as I said, it's been a bit since I played Pikmin 1.
Yeah, it's all good.
I used to be really good at, like, just speed running through all of it. I could do it in, like, a couple days. Like, well, in-game days.
Yeah. What was my train of thought? Oh, yeah, so, yeah, so it's the bottom number is the amount of Pikmin you need to move the object, and the top number is how many Pikmin you have on the actual object. Actually, if you want to go ahead and show this off real quick, go ahead and throw another Pikmin at one of those pellets.
Oh, yep.
Just because you need a base number of Pikmin, you can still go over that. There is a little bit of a threshold with that, and there's a maximum amount of Pikmin you can have on certain objects. But for the most part, it's usually around double the indicated value that you need to move it, and that just means it you transport it faster.
Yep, so if you see this, I was throwing 10 at him, but...
Oh, there you go.
There they go.
Yeah, unfortunately, Pikmin AI is not the greatest.
Yep, that's something that never really was fixed.
No, it wasn't. But yeah, there's a lot of different things that go into it. As you can see, going back to the HUD, the bubble next to the X is the indicated Pikmin that Olimar currently has access to in his party. So for example, if you press the A button, in his party right now, obviously Olimar only has red Pikmin, but eventually, if you hold A and you press the R trigger, the right bumper, you can actually switch between Pikmin while you have them held, and it will swap over the amount you have in your party, and it's all that good stuff. The next number is how many Pikmin you currently have at your disposal. The second number is how many Pikmin you have in the field, which you can have up to 100. And then the third number is how many Pikmin you have in total in the entire game. So that's all of your onions, all the Pikmins inside of your onions, all of them outside of the field, and all of them that you have in your battalion.
Yeah.
In the top right corner, that's just the day you're on. Just keep it below 30 and you're gonna be fine.
Yep. I feel like I'm missing your pellet posy somewhere.
You are.
Because I have 23.
Grab it, and I can tell you exactly where it is. Go right.
Mirror. Where am I missing it?
Left.
Ah, okay, it's over there. Well, like, I know I'm missing one somewhere.
Yep. Yeah. Like we said, the max amount of Pikmin you can get in day 1 is, in fact, is 25. And we're gonna need it because, the very first task we have in day 2 is breaking down a wall. So, the more Pikmin you have done with that, the better, essentially. Take your Pikmin off of the engine, because as soon as it gets to the ship, it's going to end the day.
Yep. There we go. And now we have 25. Okay.
Nope, you need to pluck them first.
Nope, they should be able to stay.
Yeah, they'll stay, but we need them to actually go into the onion. Otherwise, they're just going to be here when we come back to the impact site.
Oh, I guess that's fair. That's another thing about Pikmin 4 is like they carry over.
Yeah, a lot of there's
Sorry,
also
I played a lot of Pikmin 4 because that's the most recent game that was out. So
yeah, and to what's the right word here? To Gygas's what's the it's fine. I guess to cater towards your mindset. That's a really bad way of phrasing it, but I've been kind of practicing a lot as far as day 2 is concerned. So I'm a little bit more familiar with the mechanics of this specific Pikmin just because of that. Not only do I have nostalgia, but I also have like primary data. I literally played this yesterday.
all right. So that's day 1.
Yep, so this is the day end cycle. Olimar is going to send all the Pikmin back to their onions, which is what they're doing right now. If there are any idle Pikmin in the base, that whistle blast that he did is going to send them to the onions, and then he's going to go into the dolphin, and it's going to end the day.
Yep. So why are we exactly doing a split playthrough?
So we're doing a split playthrough for a couple of different reasons. The first one is we just thought it would be an interesting and dynamic choice.
Yeah.
The second one, actually, you want to read this?
1 day since impact. I have somehow managed to launch the dolphin, but I was surprised to see that the onion lifted off with me. Perhaps the onion cannot survive overnight on this planet's surface, or have they merely decided to join me for other reasons? Either way, it seems that they will help me again tomorrow.
The onion is a living being, but that said Pikmin.
Yeah. Dolphin is missing 29 parts. If I can't recover them all, I may never return home to my family on planet Hakotate.
Hakatate.
Analysis shows life support systems will function only for 29 more days. How can I repair my dolphin in such a short amount of time? A dense forest is visible on the surface below, as it holds the keys to my survival. I'll name it the Forest of Hope. I'll explore it tomorrow.
You're all good.
I almost said Forest Naval, but that's a different part.
It's a different level entirely, yeah. So this is the end day screen. The color indicated below is the change in Pikmin population throughout the day. Obviously, since we encountered no predators or explosives or traps or anything like that, it didn't dip at all, and it only went down. We can see the total number of Pikmin we have in the top right corner. We have obviously what file we're playing on, which in this case we're playing on file 3, the day that we just completed, how many Pikmin we sprouted in total, how many we lost in that day, which is when a Pikmin dies in any way, shape, or form, and left behind is obviously if it's an idle Pikmin that's hanging out somewhere in the actual level, but not in the base.
Yep, and it says 29 parts remaining and 29 days remaining.
Exactly.
As long as you get 1 part a day, you will be okay.
Exactly. So we'll go ahead and save and then begin round 2. Oh, I guess we should explain this as well. This is the level select screen. It looks a little bit different than you might think, and it's just another way of saying a couple of things, although there are a couple of differences between this and some of the other HUDs we've seen. The first one is it gives us a little blurb of the area that we're going into. In this case, we're looking at the impact site, and it also shows those stars in the bottom. Those are the parts that we can find in those areas, and if they're shining like that, that means we've collected that ship part.
Yep, and we can't go back to this area quite yet, as we are missing a specific Pikmin to do so.
Exactly. As it entails, this is the beginning of Pikmin, so if you've only seen different installments of the franchise, this game only has 3 different types of Pikmin, and here in the Forest of Hope, we're going to be we're going to be encountering our second type, which, as you can see with that 20 pellet over there, is in fact yellow Pikmin. But we've got a couple of things we got to do first. So,
My dolphin has returned to the surface along with the Pikmin's onion. Being alone on this strange planet makes me somewhat uneasy. So I shall call the Pikmin out of the onion. All I need to do is stand in the light beneath the onion and press A.
Yep. So this is the onion, I guess, file. We have how many Pikmin we have in the field, how many we have at our disposal, and how many Pikmin are in the onion. To make them fall off faster, you can whistle blast. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to throw 1 Pikmin at each of these pellet posies, and then we're going to go to this grass here. This grass is pretty important because it houses a way of kind of upgrading the Pikmin. And it'll go ahead and go into it right now.
Another intriguing discovery. A local variety of grass produces a sort of yellow nectar. When Pikmin drink this delicacy, they instantly mature into flowers. This apparent Pikmin's favorite seems to be full of nutrition. Closer observation is needed to determine the strengths and peculiarities of these flower Pikmin.
Yep, so Pikmin can be at 3 different strength levels. You have their leaves, which is their basic form, their buds, which is a little bit faster, a little bit stronger, and a little less, I guess a little bit more coordinated is a good way of phrasing that. And then obviously we have flowers, which is the best possible kind of Pikmin you can have.
Yep. Going back to an earlier statement, why exactly we are doing this. Nobody, to our knowledge, has really done a split playthrough of Pikmin like this.
Exactly.
So we figured, hey, let's be the first and try something, let's play a game that we actually enjoy, so...
that we actually enjoy, as opposed to, wow, I'm getting lucky on the nectar splotch. Alright, I think that's probably going to be it, as far as those are concerned. Yes, come back here. Okay, that's fine. I'm trying to keep an eye on the timer. Actually, the timer at the top of the screen will go into a little bit more detail, but each day is 13 minutes down to the dot. And each of those little bubbles that you see on screen represents a minute. So... and we've got a lot to do. Our goal here for today is to get 4 ship parts, because getting 4 ship parts will unlock the next area of the game and set up Gygus for success with his next day. So that's kind of how we're going to be structuring this. These next enemies are these are dwarf Bulborbs. There are 2 ways of killing them. Obviously, the easiest way to kill any enemy in Pikmin is just by throwing, well, Pikmin at it. But the other thing... Sorry, I keep getting very distracted. Can you help me out with commentary?
So, I guess another question would be, like, why did we decide to choose Pikmin over, well, any other game? That's a very interesting question because, well, there is a lot of games that we can play, and one of which, the more obvious thing, of course, is like we kind of have to play games that we can play together at the moment. But another reason is because, well, one, I've never finished the original 2 Pikmins. Me and Heron have both finished Pikmin 3 and 4. But,
well, correction, I've finished Pikmin 4.
Well, I'm very close. But, played through pretty much the entirety of it. And we've actually 100% Pikmin 3.
Yep.
So that will be the easiest to do. But this is kind of like a smaller series in a way, because even though that there are 30 days, that you can get done a lot faster than that.
Exactly. As I said, well, as Gygus said, one of the easiest ways of playing the game, especially when you're just getting introduced to it, is just focusing on getting at least 1 ship part a day. That gives you 13 minutes to literally explore the land in the biggest variety and just kind of go ham on it. And it gives you the most versatility and exactly how you want to do things. I'm moving a little slow here, and I also screwed up my route, but it's fine. I did something out of order. I shouldn't be breaking down this wall quite yet, but my brain is very chaotic, and it's really hard to focus and play at the same time.
Hey, I asked you if you were ready to do this.
Oh, I did, and I was. It's just, well, as we can testify 100% accurately, playing a game and playing a game while commentating are 2 very different things.
Yeah. So that's why I'm kind of here to help commentate while the other person... Well, I guess both of us are here to commentate while the other person is playing. So that way it kind of eases the mind off of the other person and kind of help focus on playing.
Mm-hmm. Next enemy that I just defeated was a Spotty Bulborb. Spotty Bulborbs are not just bigger versions of dwarf Bulborbs, but they're actually very ferocious enemies, especially early on in the game.
Yeah, but they're fairly easy to defeat.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean,
as long as you know what you're doing.
Yep.
And that is just attacking from the back.
Yeah, for the most part. there are some different varieties of Bulborbs in later installments in the Pikmin series, especially in Pikmin 2. I think we actually, actually later in this game, we'll see a different type of Pikmin altogether. Different type of, well, yeah, of course we're going to see a different type of Pikmin. We're going to see a different type of Pikmin here in a little bit, but, let's see here. So this over here is the Eternal Fuel Dynamo. That is another ship part. This next one here is, we'll just go ahead and throw the rest of the Pikmin on that. And then, okay, we're half the day, we're before half the day, and we're about to start the yellow Pikmin. This is very chaotic. I realize that it's, unfortunately, it's kind of difficult to phrase exactly what I'm doing and explain as I go, as I do this. Either way, these are yellow Pikmin. They're different in a couple of different ways. Do you want to explain the differences between the types of Pikmin?
So, there, as Heron stated before, there are 3 different types of Pikmin in this game. More will be introduced in later installments. However, there are red Pikmin, yellow Pikmin, and blue Pikmin, and each of them have very special properties. The yellow Pikmin in this one, can hold bombs, and they can be thrown higher. Later on, they are pretty much resistant to electricity, but there's nothing to do with that in this game. Red Pikmin are your standardized Pikmin, and they are immune to fire.
They are also, in this game, the strongest type of Pikmin that you can actually have. So as far as your fighters are concerned, you want to make them primarily red.
Yeah. And then the last Pikmin that we will be able to get in this game is blue Pikmin, and they are the only Pikmin that is able to survive in water.
Yep, they found a workaround for that in Pikmin 4, but but it'll be a while until we get to that game.
Yeah.
Which I would honestly say to date is probably the longest Pikmin game.
Yeah, it's definitely the longest, but it doesn't feel like it.
No, every single day feels very short, and it's that's lately I don't know. We'll explain more about Pikmin 4 as we progress in the game, but we do have a lot to go with this first. First of all, these over here are our bombs.
Yep. So going on to also later installments of the Pikmin series, the reason why we're also doing the split playthrough is because there is no multiplayer in the first 2 Pikmin games. In Pikmin 2, there are 2 different people that you can switch to, but it doesn't actually give you a multiplayer option.
Nope.
In Pikmin 3, there are 3 people, and it actually does allow you to switch between all the characters. And then Pikmin 4, we haven't tried, but I know that one person can play as the human and the other as Ochi, which is the companion that you have in Pikmin 4. Neither of us have actually tried that, so that'll be a whole new experience for us when we get to that point. However, that will be probably, I don't know, what do you say, like later in the year, like late 2024 by the time we actually probably get to it.
I don't know, man. Pikmin 2 alone is gonna take us a little bit, just because each of those, like, I would hands down say that the hardest Pikmin game out there is Pikmin 2. And that's because of a lot of traps, a lot of very unforgiving traps, a lot of very broken enemies, and the really unfortunate thing about Pikmin 2 is electricity, electricity traps are 100% they're instant death, basically. Whereas in later installments in the series, it will maybe stun the Pikmin unless they do it a couple of different times, and things like that. We're kind of ignoring what we're doing here. Basically, what I just did was I used like these stone walls that don't have like the webbing type of design on them can only be broken down by bomb rocks. Yep. Depending on how dark the shade of gray is, that depends on how strong the actual that depends on how the strength of the wall, essentially.
Yep. Bombs still can be used for those breakable Pikmin walls, though.
Yeah, and it basically just makes them faster. As far as a lot of this is concerned, though, I'm basically trying to get over here because we have new enemies! Yay! These are sheer grubs. Sheer grubs are Well, there's only a couple of things you need to know about them. First of all, if you aren't fast enough to take them out, the purple ones, the male sheer grubs, will in fact kill your Pikmin. The female sheer grubs, which are the white ones, are completely harmless. So that's kind of nice to think about.
Yep, they're also kind of annoying.
Yeah, they are. They're very, very annoying.
Looky there, another ship part.
Yay! We're moving right along, which is exactly what I want to do. Because, as I said before, I'm kind of doing this a little out of order, so I'm kind of playing it by ear on how I'm going to finish out this day, but it's fine. As we're about to encounter here, we're about to see another type of bombable wall, but this one is significantly darker. This is a black bombable wall. Black bombable walls take a total of 9 bomb rocks to explode, essentially. So, and we have to be very careful because explosions can, in fact, kill Pikmin.
Yep. So that way, that's what you see with Heron. He's doing right now. He's throwing 3. Any more than 3, then Pikmin can kind of get caught in the crossfire and die. So 3 is the kind of safety rule to keep all your Pikmin alive, and you'll see that a lot more as we go through. Another thing is each episode will comprise of 2 days.
Exactly.
Because each day is about 13 minutes long, which equals to about episode length.
That was terrifying. The big the spotty bulborb over here decided to just kind of move because it died on the crack here, and it scared the crap out of me because I thought I didn't kill it. Why is that a bad thing, you might ask? Well, you might think if Pikmin are quiet enough, they might be able to just sneak by the bulborbs like I've been doing a couple of different ways. Yes, to some degree. However, if they are moving a ship part, they're not exactly being quiet. So,
yep. So, very easy way to lose Pikmin.
And we are actually moving right along on schedule, which is great because this was the ship part I was actually going to get first. As you saw, with the Eternal Fuel Dynamo and the I
almost thought you were gonna throw the bomb.
I almost did. As you saw with the Eternal Fuel Dynamo, it actually edited the ship when we added it to it. Some of the ship parts are optional. For example, the Extraordinary Bolt had no actual effect on the dolphin, but it is necessary because the more ship parts we have, the more areas we can go to, and the optional ship parts are needed to get the base. The optional ship parts are not needed to get the basic ending, which is just you surviving, essentially. Come on. No! Okay, that was close. Yeah, sometimes if you rush an enemy, it does kind of freeze a little bit, and unfortunately, your Pikmin won't start attacking until much later than they're intended to, which can result in panic attacks like that. But we're moving right along schedule, and we actually have a little bit of leeway, so surprisingly, I found a route that's faster than the one I've been practicing.
Well, what do you know?
Check that out. There is one more ship piece that we could technically go after right now, but we definitely do not have enough time in the day for that because in order to get to it, we have to break down this wall.
Well, at least you can start getting the wall broken.
That's exactly what I was thinking of.
That will actually carry over to future days.
Exactly. However, if you don't, what was I going to say? If you take too long in another area, a bunch of things can happen. Enemies can respawn, pellets can respawn and things like that, or they can just remain gone. It depends on how many days you spend in other areas before returning to the other one. For example, when we go back to the impact site on day 4, you're going to see very quickly how much it's actually changed.
Yep.
Alrighty, and this is the shock absorber, and right there, that's 5 ship parts.
Yep, so we can theoretically survive till day 5 without needing to get a part.
Exactly. And the nice thing about this is we actually finished up the first milestone of parts as well, which is... Well, which means that the dolphin kind of has an auto repair function. Once you get to a certain threshold of parts, it will just it plays a little animation and it unlocks a new area.
I would imagine to be very uncomfortable for Olimar to be just sitting there with all those cogwheels spinning right by his feet.
Right? Kind of disorienting for the most part. One thing that we didn't explain was that second ship part we got, which is the whimsical radar. This is just giving you a warning that you have a minute left in the day. But if you press the plus button, this little map right here that we're looking at, that is all thanks to the whimsical radar. Why is it such a big, important thing in this game? Because if you see those stars, those are our ship parts, and we can see the onions that we have dedicated just around the area, which will eventually go back to the base. We can see our ship, where home base is. We can see the cluster of Pikmin we have, and we can see obstacles, various... we can't see enemies, but we can see, like... we can see... Basically gives us a lay of the land in case you want to figure it out. So, as far as your second ship part is concerned, I would highly recommend getting the whimsical radar as fast as you could.
Yep. So, as you also saw, all those stars are parts, so... We have a total of 4 more parts that we need to collect in this area.
Exactly. And actually, I wonder if we can... We can't see... Well, actually, I guess I can give a little teaser, because there is a little alcove over here. Over there is another optional ship part, which Gygus is actually going to have to get on day 5. So...
Well, the next day.
Well, actually, because... The way we set it up...
Oh, right, because I'm going to be going to get the next Pikmin, the blue Pikmin.
Yep, so we're going to be going to Area 3. As you can see, I have 76 Pikmin with me, 76 Pikmin in field. That means I have all the Pikmin, so once this countdown is done, all of these guys will just go to the base with me, and we will leave no Pikmin behind. Look at that, a successful day 2.
Yep, and you actually got more done than you were hoping to today, so...
Well, I actually got done the exact same amount. I just had leeway time, which was kind of nice.
Well, you got the wall done.
Oh yeah, I guess I did, didn't I? So there you go. I gave you a shortcut.
Yep.
Well, shortcut isn't exactly the correct term there, because you need to break down that wall to get that ship part back, but it's fine. Anyway, I know this was kind of very confusing and a lot of information was thrown at your face, but hopefully you enjoyed, and we will see you in the next part of Pikmin.
Yep. I will be starting that one, so see you later.